Just imagine if in your life you worked as a prostitute, joined a cult, was committed to a psych ward, and faked your own death, only to end up face down in a pool. That's exactly what happened to Melrose Place's diabolical Sydney Andrews. Here to tell us if Sydney is really gone for good this time is star Laura Leighton. First of all, give me a high five. I start with a high five because I watched you. I grew up with you in the first series. So real quick, just pretend you're not on America's Hottest New Morning Show. Just pretend that for a second.
All right.
Tell me, does Sydney really die? Does she die?
I really think she does.
Come on.
I know it's not exactly what you want to hear, but I really, truly
You really feel this time that she never dies.
I mean, I
on
have to say
Melrose
I
Place.
did believe that she died the first time too, so I think she's dead.
Really?
Yeah.
So can I look forward to that coming true? What do you think? The death being solidified on the show?
I think that the way they set it up this time is that she's really dead. But here's the cool twist: is she doesn't really leave anybody's memory. She's still on everybody's mind, and she's still her essence is there in the apartment.
Because I watch, and every time they show you with the face down in the pool floating, I think maybe you just have a flesh wound. And you're going to be like, oh, guys, I just cut my wrist. It's
and for these past 10 years, I've been practicing holding my breath.
See?
And that's what we're going to find out.
You've been holding your breath, the world champ. So when you found out you were going back, how did the producers approach you? How did that take place?
It really was a call out of the blue. I wasn't expecting it. I thought for sure, my character was dead and I wouldn't be involved in this new show. So it was an out of the blue call that said, we have this great idea of how to bring you back and we want to come and tell you about it. So I said, I'm dying to hear.
Were you on board right away with it, or did you have to sit, think about it?
I was definitely intrigued by the way they were approaching it, because they did say, well, you are going to die in the first episode within the first 12 minutes. But
you're like, does that mean one episode?
Here's the cool thing. I'm like, But I was intrigued by the idea of it and coming back in flashbacks and sort of, being in everybody's lives in one way or the other and having them tell the backstory, not only of who might have killed me, but also the backstory of the missing 10 years. I thought was sort of interesting to tell it that way.
And on the first series, you met Doug.
Yes.
You've been married over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
So how does he react to this? Does he want to get back on the show as well? Does he feel a little jealous? Tell me how he's feeling.
I don't think he feels jealous. He's got a great show of his own. He's
of course
very happy with.
Is the Desperate Housewife going to pop on Melrose Place for at least one episode? Tell me.
The producers said to him, because they were talking about trying to bring anybody and everybody who would make sense in the stories, and try to bring back as many of the old generation as they could. But they did say to Doug, no, gosh, we would love to have you on the show, but we really don't think we can bring back more than one character from the dead. So I'm sorry.
So speaking of, you've worked with a cast member already from the first season, correct?
Yes.
Are you going to work with any more coming up in the seasons or in the episodes ahead?
Well, we're not exactly sure. They're still working out how everybody's stories make sense with the new generation, and so Thomas and I, our storylines definitely intertwine, but they're also trying to focus on working us into the newer characters.
And I just read Heather Locklear is coming back.
Yes.
Excited?
Everyone's excited.
Is she going to take the show to a whole new level? You think when she comes back?
You know what? It remains to be seen. I think it's a great thing for the show, and I know everybody's really excited.
What original cast member would you like to work with that hasn't been mentioned yet? That you look back and said, wow, they were really great to work with.
Everybody that we've seen, I've been really excited to run into and catch up with. And Thomas and I were talking the other day about there was a particular stage of the show where he and I and Jack Wagner were having a lot of scenes together, and we just remember laughing a lot. And so we were talking about that would be fun. So
I'd
if
love
he
to
were
see
to come
Jack
back.
Wagner back. Guy's a great singer too. Just throwing that out there.
And a good golfer.
He is a great golfer. So you do such great work outside of being an actress. Tell me about the cause you're involved with right now.
Well, right now October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I'm working with the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And along with Marshalls, they are launching a Shop Till It Stops program where if you purchase a pair of shoes from now until October 15th, they will donate $1 towards the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And it's a great cause. It's a great way that people can contribute to funding for a program that really helps people in need.
And there's a website and also a phone number, correct?
Yes, 1-800-799-SAFE is the phone number, and there's a website, National Domestic Violence Hotline.
And the reason why I love you is because you're a great actress and you also do good stuff for the viewers and for the public, so thank you. And before I let you go, can you go back to the set and tell hi to Ashley Simpson? Maybe
will.
tell her Mark invited her to that morning show. Can you do that for me?
I will let her know you asked.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by, Laura. And if you can catch Laura on Melrose Place Tuesday nights on the CW, now over to Carla and Chelsea, who spend so much time fighting over me, it seems like we should have a spin-off called That Melrose Morning, right, ladies?